As an illustration, we can consider the purpose for which we are presumably listening to such a series of tutorials. The very object is naturally to acquire the ability to transmute intangible thought impulse of desire into its physical counterpart, which is money. By following the instructions laid down over here on autosuggestion and the subconscious mind, as we have summarized it earlier on autosuggestion, we may convince the subconscious mind that we believe we will receive that for which we ask, and it will act upon the belief which our subconscious mind passes back to us in the form of faith. It is often followed by definite plans for producing or procuring that which we desire. The method by which one develops faith where it does not already exist. It is extremely difficult to describe, almost as difficult in fact as it would be to describe the color of red to a blind man. A blind man who has never seen any color, how can he identify or visualize red color? Well, he will have nothing to get it compared to, and we can keep on describing to him red color, but he won't understand anything. Faith is a state of mind which we may develop at will. After we have mastered the 13 principles, because it is a state of mind which develops voluntarily through application and use of these principles. First of all, we'll consider the repetition of affirmation of order to our subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of emotion of faith. Perhaps the meaning may be made clearer through the following explanation as to the way men sometimes become criminals. Stated in the words of a famous criminologist, when men first come into a contact with crime, they abhor it. If they remain in contact with the crime for a time, they become accustomed to it and endure it. If they remain in contact with it for the longer period of time, or should I say longer enough, they finally embrace crime and they become influenced by crime. In fact, they become part of the crime. Now, if we detach them away from the crime, they won't be able to sustain, they won't be able to survive. So they become a necessity of crime. This is the equivalent of saying that any impulse of thought which is repeatedly passed on to the subconscious mind is finally accepted and acted upon the subconscious mind, which proceeds to translate that impulse into physical equivalent. And it is done by the most practical procedure available. In connection with this, we can consider again the statement, all thoughts which have been emotionalized, given feeling and mixed with faith, begin immediately to translate themselves into the physical equivalent and the counterpart. They can be translated to physical equivalent or counterpart.